Hey, and this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Welcome to our latest video where we're going to show you how to cook a delicious and creamy mac and cheese in the Ninja Foodi. If you've not done a Ninja Foodi mac and cheese yet, then it's an absolute must. It's so much quicker for cooking. You can prep and cook everything in one pot and it's just a fantastic all-rounder. What I've done already is I've already put the Ninja Foodi on saute because you want to be warming it up, ready for sauteing your spring onions. I'm adding spring onions because they give a lovely flavour to a mac and cheese, but also that a little bit of extra oil as you're sauteing your spring onion into the bottom of the cooking pot does a fantastic job of giving it a lovely fat layer so that the pasta doesn't stick as much, and also adds a little extra flavour to the pasta as well. So you just want to be chopping up some spring onion and then adding it into the cooking pot as you go. You can do as much or as little spring onion as you want. I've got a bunch here, but I'm not going to use it all. As you can hear it, the saute is making a little bit of a noise. I haven't added any oil yet, but I will be doing shortly. And there we go, that's enough spring onion for me. And then you want to be adding to the cooking pot a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then give the spring onions a stir if you're wanting that lovely sizzle on them. And then whilst they're sauteing, let me talk you through the difference between making a mac and cheese in the Ninja Foodi compared to your more traditional methods. You don't want any of the bits sticking to the bottom, so just keep an eye on that as you're doing it. And then, once you're happy with that, then you can turn the Ninja Foodi off, and then this is the point when I recommend that you deglaze the pot. So I'm going to add in all this stock that I have to the pot, and then give it a stir, give it a scrape on the bottom, and then that will get rid of any of the bits that are stuck to the bottom of the pot. And then once you've done that, you can add in any pasta you're using, whichever one it is that you're particularly into. Or if you're a spaghetti fan, do check out our Ninja Foodi spag bol because that is delicious. So add in your pasta, and then as I mentioned about the ratio of the water being over the pasta, so you want to keep adding the liquid until you've got enough. So I've added 2 cups so far there. Plus, obviously, the cup worth from the vegetable stock. So now you can have a look to see how full it is. You just need a little bit more. Let's do one more. So this is the last one. And then what you want to do is you want to push down to make sure that you can't visibly see any of the pasta so that it's all submerged. And then it's perfect now for a pressure cook. So now is when you need the pressure cooker lid. So slide over the pressure cooker lid, make sure that you're set to sealing and not venting. And then you want to turn on the Ninja Foodi again, and you're looking for the pressure button. And once you've found it, you want to select the time to 3 minutes, and then after that we're going to do a 5-minute quick pressure release, and this is the perfect cook time for pasta in the Ninja Foodi. And then after this, what we're going to do is we're going to add in all the dairy. So that's when you add in all your favourite cheeses, if you want to add in some milk to make it nice and creamy, and then we'll just finish it off, and then you'll have lovely mac and cheese. Well, it's done its 3 minutes cook time, and now it's done a 5-minute natural pressure release. So let's turn off the Ninja Foodi and release the pressure. And the last bit of pressure's just going now. that's the thing, you know, when you cook pasta in there, because there's so much liquid, it does take ages to release the pressure. And then once you release the pressure, you will now have cooked pasta. And then give it a quick stir and it'll be perfectly cooked. But of course it will be holding too much liquid. So what we do at this point is we drain it. But we're going to keep that liquid because that liquid is good for helping you mix your sauce in case your sauce ends up too thick. So grab your cooking pot out your Ninja and then put your pot back on. And then you've still got the heat from the pasta, so you don't really need to put the saute on just yet. Give a big thumbs up for like Philadelphia. It's absolutely fantastic in there. And it creates a lovely creamy sauce. And then as well as that, I recommend a little bit of milk because it just helps the Philly and milk go so well together in a sauce. Then of course, salt. I've got the tiniest little bit left in there. Need to refill in. Pepper. And then oregano. And of course some basil. And then get your favourite wooden spoon back out and start mixing it together. You want to break up your filler because otherwise it kind of sticks together and it's harder to make into a sauce. And then it's starting to get lovely and creamy already. I just love it like this. And notice this is the quickest way to make a creamy sauce for your mac and cheese. There's no need for melting butter, mixing flour and milk. This is the quicker method. And of course this method is actually lower calorie as well. It's starting to get lovely and creamy already. I just love it like this. And notice this is the quickest way to make a creamy sauce for your mac and cheese. There's no need for melting butter, mixing flour and milk. This is the quicker method. And of course this method is actually lower calorie as well. So now it's starting to mix well. Now you want to be adding in other cheese. This is my favourite 50% reduced fat cheese that I get from Tesco's. The rest of that bag in. And then this is making it yummy and cheesy. And then if it's not cheesy enough, what I recommend is you add in some more Philly. So altogether, I've added a full pack of Philly in for this. It's one of those family packs and it's absolutely delicious. So like I said, the pasta's still keeping its heat, so you don't need to saute unless you've left it a while. And then if it's thickened up too much, you can just add in a little bit of extra milk. Not a lot, just a little. And you can use any cheese that melts well. It doesn't have to be mature cheddar like we're using. Or it could be a more orange cheese like a red Leicester. Or my personal favourite is double Gloucester and onion. I absolutely love that. And that makes a brilliant mac and cheese as well. And there you have it. A delicious macaroni cheese in the Ninja Foodi. Can you believe how easy and quick that is compared to usual methods? And you can do the same thing with many, many different types of pasta using the Ninja Foodi. And then you can just plate it up ready for dinner time. And of course you can reheat this in the Ninja Foodi as well. Simply put it back on saute. And if you want loads of extra grated cheese on the top, what you could do now is you could swap for the air fryer lid, add a layer of cheese, and then it'll melt the cheese on top. Or you can add breadcrumbs on top too, if that's more your thing, depending on how you like them. And of course, as well as actually sauteing the onion, what you could also do is saute some bacon as well, and then make a lovely bacon mac and cheese. So let's check it out, shall we? That is really, really nice. That is a lovely mac and cheese. As you remember, you can keep it in that pot and reheat it later. You add bacon, you can have it as a side dish. What about Thanksgiving? It would be lovely at Thanksgiving with some sauteed bacon. Maybe deglaze it with some white wine instead of vegetable stock. Add some breadcrumbs and you're good to go. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Pinterest. We also have a weekly newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter, where we share with you our latest kitchen gadget recipes, what we're cooking in the Milner kitchen, and so much more. As well as this, we recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then whenever we have a new video, you will be the first to know. And if you want to know about all our future videos, then I recommend you hit the bell for instant notifications. But even better, we now have a podcast. It's called Magic with Gadgets. Simply search Magic with Gadgets on your favourite podcast player and you'll find us there.